You as my grandpa used to call me. DKW? Yeah. He did that, but it was always BTK. Well, JFK, MLK, DKW, BTK, the mass murderer. Yeah, that's his name, right? Yep. He was in Kansas? I think so. Yeah, yeah. He was like a church leader. Oh my God.
Good evening, all. I would like to call this Genesee County Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Can we have the roll call, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Lloyd,
Present.
Commissioner Winfrey,
Here.
Commissioner Gottsinger, Commissioner Brown,
Here.
Commissioner Avery,
Here.
Commissioner Shoemaker, Commissioner Kuzino, Commissioner Wayhill,
Here.
Commissioner Flewelling.
Present.
All right, thank you. We'll have our invocation tonight by Commissioner Dr. Beverly Brown, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance.
If we could bow our heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, please bless each and every one within the sound of my voice. Please bless the constituents that reside in Genesee County and help this board to make the right decisions for the many issues that come before us this evening and those that come before us in the future. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. It's my understanding that we have a presentation tonight that's on our agenda. Will you share the details of that, Mr. Freeman?
Yep, and maybe Commissioner Wayhill can speak to it. It was his request that Kara Ross from the food bank be here to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Kara Ross, would you come forward, please? So Kara is, I don't know if your title is CEO, Director, Executive Director, President, CEO? All of the above.
CEO,
okay.
yes.
Of our food bank of Eastern Michigan, has been in that role for a number of years now. We know that the federal government has been shut down for almost 30 days, I think, if not. And one of the issues that is coming to the forefront it will hit our community, I think, pretty significantly, as SNAP benefits are going to be affected. And it was announced that they will be ended as of November 1st, I believe. So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it would be helpful for us as policymakers, for the audience and the audience at home, to hear what options exist in this community for people who are food insecure already and may become even more so starting as soon as this weekend. So, Mr. Chair, with your permission, I'd love for Kara to talk to us about the food bank and what's happening in the community.
Yes, please.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation today, and I know so many of you are familiar with our work and support what we're doing. To ground that conversation, we are the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan, so we're located here in the city of Flint and Genesee County, but we serve 22 counties of Eastern Michigan with over 600 partner agencies and programs. So this is everything from our faith-based pantries, soup kitchens, programs within the schools, school pantries, backpack programs, and several other meal programs that we do for at-risk after school and during the day with Head Start programs. So there's quite a bit of work going on in our facility, but we are an emergency food support. We're set up as part of Feeding America to serve our 22 counties, serving about 222,000 people every year. And specific to Genesee County, we know that 88,000 individuals here will be short of SNAP benefits if things don't change here in the next few days. And so if there is actually a suspension of those benefits, we can help in many ways. And similar to other emergencies or times of need, people don't always know what the resources are. So I appreciate that clarification. The food bank is, again, supported mostly by community dollars. individuals giving $10 or $25 to support the mission. We do receive a portion of government commodities for Genesee County, similar to G-Card, and we distribute those, but we also pick up from over 300 retail stores, and we have donated food products coming to us from national food manufacturers, as well as supporting Michigan farms. We purchase product as well with donor dollars, so we buy over $400,000 worth of product every month, and at times like these, we increase that and we buy more to have that available for people that need it. So all there is when coming to our network is a simpler declaration of need. It's not a program, and most people do fall in between, qualifying for federal supports and assistance like SNAP or other programs, and classified mostly as kind of a working poor population. So people working very hard, 1, 2, maybe 3 jobs, still not having enough money at the end of the month to make it, and they'll go to our distribution points, whether it be a pantry or a mobile distribution, to get that help. So this is available to everybody, and so we do try to redo some of our marketing and messaging around these times of emergency. Anybody can come to this network and get help with food. We have over 50 scheduled mobile distributions for the month of November already in Genesee County, and we're increasing a lot of the product that's going onto those trucks and distributions, as well as the products that's going out to our regular pantry network and our school pantries as well, for children within middle schools and high schools. So we've been in this work for the last couple months in preparing for the potential of a shutdown. Really, again, hopeful that there would be a resolution. But on our website for residents of Genesee County and really any county outside, there are listings for these distribution points. And you can always also still call the food bank and try to see what information we can connect you with resources for those specific food needs. More than half of everything we now distribute is fresh, and it's coming from Michigan farms. So proteins, milk, dairy, eggs, fresh produce items, and again, all of this is available to the community. Every dollar or meal that we provide, SNAP provides 9. I'm going to be very frank that there's not a way to fill in the entire gap of what might happen long-term. For, if for a November, December, moving into the next few months, we can increase the amount. But unlike a regular emergency, if you will, a weather emergency or something different, every food bank in the nation will be stepping up what they're doing to help communities. So we'll be in competition for some foods and for some different things and resources. But here in Michigan, we have a very strong agriculture community and farming community that we can also turn to for product. So our website is the best source for information. You can, of course, go to our phone number and call our main desk, and we can help connect you to resources. We welcome volunteers at the food bank. Every Saturday, we have groups of about 150 people that come in and volunteer, and that's going to be very important as we move more of this retail donated product and get it available to trucks. If there's specific questions, I'd be happy to answer that, or if there's other topics that would be helpful.
Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kara, thank you for being here. I'm grateful
Absolutely.
for you and what you do and what you've been doing for a long time for the community. Would you read out your phone number? You mentioned that people can call you, but so that they don't have to look it up. What is it?
Absolutely. Our main phone number is 810-239-4441, and our website is fbem.org.
Okay. And am I right? Well, I don't know if I'm right, but am I right that the food bank location on Lapeer,
Yep.
or off of Lapeer, you distribute to many, many pantries from that site via trucks every day, probably?
Yes.
If people go to your main location, that's probably not the best thing to do, or is it?
No, that's correct. We don't distribute directly from our location to residents. We distribute the food, we warehouse it, and mix it, if you will, to make the truckloads and the food that's going out to agencies and pantries. So the distribution points are the best way to go. Our website has a Google map that will define it by zip code as to what your closest pantry is. Pretty accurate on their days and hours, but you can always call for clarification specific to our local pantry sites. We have over 100 in Genesee County. And you're exactly correct. We warehouse this food in 3 buildings now on Lapeer Road, and we then ship it. We have about 15 semis on the road every day and about 6 mobile food meal trucks, also with our feeding programs.
And then if people, you mentioned that you take volunteers every day of the week. I know Saturday's a big day, but
Yes, Saturday's the biggest day. Our volunteer coordinator, Brooke, also can arrange for evening hours or even during the day if groups want to come in, or businesses. We have a lot of businesses that come in, especially during the holiday season, and sometimes compete against departments or kind of make a fun activity for the teams or for civic groups and individuals. So we can always pair that up and match an opportunity with the number, even if you have 1 or 2 people that want to come.
Right. So we might consider that as one of our county opportunities going forward. We have a new policy regarding employee volunteerism,
Oh, great.
and there's a lot of employees here, and I know you can take a lot of people at once. You also referred to this. If there are people watching or people in the room right now that maybe can't volunteer or want to volunteer and will do so, but also want to make a financial contribution, first off, how do they do that? I assume through your website. But secondly, for every dollar, you used to have a very effective, and I don't know if it's still out there, billboard campaign. For every dollar that goes to the food bank, it's like $9 or $10 or $11 in food.
Yeah, we used to do dollars, and now we make it more visual. So meals is what we go by. Every dollar is 6 meals. So even as little as $5 or $10 makes a significant impact. And that's because the majority of our food is donated. And so what we're doing is transporting it here to Michigan. And so we're paying a carrier to bring it to town and to have it here. So for example, our overall budget for the year is about $15 million on any given year, and our 990 reflects about an $85 million business because of the food valuation. So how we're effective in that is leveraging both the buying power when we go out to buy trucks of food, like mac and cheese for the backpack program, but also with donated product and getting that food in here locally for us to use and for neighbors to have immediately. So every dollar is 6 meals in that leveraging ratio. So I know a lot of people like to have a food drive or give local food or grab that can and hand it off, and you absolutely can do that. All of our agencies love to have donations locally, but for the food bank, it's really the dollars that make the incredible difference, and that can be given through our website electronically. We have a monthly giving program, and we also have where you can just, mail in a check or drop off a donation at our facility.
My last question, I think you said 88,000 Genesee County residents that are presently receiving SNAP benefits.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes.
And I assume they're all over the county. There's no community that doesn't have people that are receiving SNAP. Many of them low income but working, sometimes more than one job, with children sometimes,
Yes.
and elderly people who aren't working but benefit from SNAP. What if, let's assume that it ends on, it's shut off or paused or whatever the phrase that's being used on Saturday, and even if half of those people turn to the food bank, what would that do in terms of your ability to serve, and do you have capacity anywhere near that for the month of November?
Well, it's already going up in preparation, and I was at a food distribution on Friday. They usually see about 140 families. They saw over 190 that day. So there's already this need in a time where we have the highest food insecurity rate in nearly a decade here in Genesee County and throughout our service area. So, this work has been increasing throughout the last year or so, and now it is unfortunately going to be a place where, as you said, it's nearly 80% are working that receive the SNAP benefit. And so this program is already very effective. There's very little fraud or abuse tied to it. It uplifts both, also then people who are disabled, our seniors, our veterans that are on this. So losing this money in the month of November leading up to Thanksgiving just is, really quite unimaginable in 60-some years of having a bridge card or SNAP program. So yes, we can step up our efforts. We can increase the amount of food we're putting on trucks. We can try to match to what our agencies are seeing in community and the increased numbers they're going to see. But no, it's not sustainable, and we can't ever fill the gap. This frontline federal program is the #1 defense on hunger.
Last thing, Mr. Chair, if you have a flyer that has some key information on it, I'm sure every commissioner would be happy to receive that, and you can send it to the Director of Administration, and he'll get it to us. I'd love to send it out to people in my community, in my district, including my elected officials who know a lot more people at the local level than I do, just so we can get the word out about how people can get served in terms of food, but also how people who want to help with financial donations and volunteerism can step up at this point in time. Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it, absolutely. We want to make sure people get connected with the food that is available and the resources that are here in the community. And a lot of times they don't know how to qualify or where to go, and there is no qualification. It's just really matching it up to the location. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Commissioner Wayhill, for bringing this forward today. Are there any other questions, comments?
Mr. Chairman, Kara, do you have a particular ask of this Board of Commissioners in your efforts?
I would say that any amount of support, if there is funding available, we could immediately put to use, buying from Michigan Farms or procuring additional product for Genesee County. But in realizing the scale of this and the gravity of the moment, I don't have a clear idea of, again, how much this would actually take if this is going to go beyond November. Just general, if there is extra funding or things that would help with uplifting neighbors in this situation, we'd be able to immediately put it to use, for sure.
Yeah, and the reason I ask is I was on a Zoom call with Mr. Farkas
Yes.
from your organization, and I guess his thing was that whatever we could do to assist would be appreciated and needed.
Yeah, for sure, because we do, again, we are spending even just monthly on average is about $400,000 on purchased products. So any amount of support really from any advocacy or groups, dollars that are available within our communities can really go a long way in that longevity of a dollar being 6 meals. And unlike a lot of programs to get up and running, we're already mobilized and doing this work. So it can be immediately implemented with, again, some fresh items or proteins or enhancing what we need at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Brown?
I know that local grocers have been really supportive of the food bank. I know Kroger has been a tremendous partner for you. I'm curious if any of the local grocers or national grocer chains have, come to you to talk about implications or additional support they might provide.
I think there's conversation going on, especially with Michigan Grocery Association and other groups. Every grocery chain in Michigan does contribute already product to the food bank. And it's typically things that are donated after, still that Best Buy date is good and it's usable product. A lot of times with meats, they'll freeze it and then donate it to us. So we rescue from every store at least 3 times a week, which I don't think a lot of people realize. That fresh product is coming in that way as well. And then that frozen meat that's out at sites will oftentimes be from our local grocers. Is there additional support that could be provided with funding or dollars or money? I haven't heard of anything as of yet. Or would they do something directly in each community or maybe offer items out to families? I'm not sure. I have not heard of that yet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? I'd like to maybe have our team look at what one person on the board to have our team look at resources that are available for us to be able to consider supporting this effort. Definitely think that it's definitely dire and something folks inside the 83,000 residents outside of it are concerned about across this country. So certainly anything we can do to be able to make sure that resources, more food is available, that's something I'd be willing to support, and I'm sure others as well. And you're saying it's $400,000 for the purchase for the month.
Mm-hmm.
right?
On normal,
roughly?
yeah,
normal
in
month.
normal times, right? So again, we can increase that and we can, and move it up and scale it to what we're able to fundraise and have and receive, if this really becomes a reality for November. And then beyond that, we would have to see what the need then looks like, right? What are we seeing? There's no way to know. In combination with that, we're also working with the airport and others with federal employees and trying to set up supports around that as well. So the need is going to be great if this is a reality starting on Saturday.
Any thoughts or any idea as to how quickly your organization believes that the food that is currently stored will be drawn down, if you will?
No, I mean, right now we're projected, we bought additional product anticipating new programs and new supports coming into play. So we have deliveries coming in more frequently than usual. Usually we order purchase product about every 2 weeks. We're doing that more frequently, if not every week or every few days. So that becomes available to all of our agencies to then again stock pantries, and then also for us to use on these mobile distributions. So some of it's already happening, and then of course we can increase that once we see where the need is.
Then one additional question, based on the resources that you currently have, food that you currently have stored, how quickly would you need, if county was able to do something, how quickly would you need additional resources to ensure that food remains available?
It's a good question. I mean, I would say definitely by mid-November, we would need to analyze where we were at if this does become the reality for us here this weekend. And anything mid-November on would still be, helpful and a quick turnaround on food product.
That's good to know. The relevance is the amount of time. Our next meeting, full meeting, is 2 weeks, the 12th. So just thinking about the timing, would it be a need to do something more urgent and special meeting if we come up with something, or if we would be able to wait to that. So it sounds like we would be able to consider whatever it is in our normal meeting cadence.
Yes.
So thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, Commissioner Wayhill,
Yes,
for
thank you.
inviting her to speak on this very, very important topic. Next before us, we have the approval on our agenda. We have before us the approval of the meeting minutes from our October 5th, 2025 meeting. It's been moved by Commissioner Wayhill, supported by Commissioner Shoemaker, I believe. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, it is so ordered. Now we have for us our public speaking. If there's anyone in the room who wishes to address this body, please approach the podium, the microphone, and state your name and your city, township, or village of residency for the record. Thank you. And you'll have 2 minutes to speak. When you hear the sound of the beep, that'll be an indication that your 2 minutes has expired, and then we'll go from there. Thanks.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Dr. Denise Smith Allen, and for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and read this so that this can move quickly, because I know you have others that are interested in this seat. So I said, my name is Dr. Denise Smith Allen, and I'm a longtime public servant and resident of Flint Township. I would like to ask for your support in my candidacy for the Genesee County Road Commission Board of Commissioners vacant seat. My decades of professional and board experience, as reflected in my submitted resume, have taught me the importance of oversight, transparency, and fiscal accountability. I am committed to safeguarding the public's best interest. My guiding principles are integrity and a deep-seated belief in accountability. If selected, my top priorities will be enhancing public trust by ensuring board collaboration, transparency, respect, and board teamwork. also ensuring that the board operates with the highest level of oversight and meets the county commissioners and the public's expectation. Prioritize a safe road system by focusing on the Roads Commission's core mission of providing safe, cost-efficient, and high-quality roads for motorists in Genesee County. Boost community engagement by collaborating with the county's township supervisors. I will work with them to effectively address their road maintenance needs and support their township's local projects. I will encourage community engagement to road maintenance concerns. I'm committed.
Please wrap up.
I thank you. I can finish up by saying this. I am willing to work to encourage and support management in identifying and pursuing new funding sources to repair and replace roads, supplementing the Road Commission's current Department of Transportation Public Act funding. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any additional speakers?
We formed a line, orderly. So you get me in my, you want me to start it? Okay. You get me in my informal capacity as just a citizen today. Leah Johnson, I live in Flushing, Michigan with Dale, and I wanted to come and speak today on the Genesee District Library Board, specifically the open roles, and discuss some of the gaps in our skill sets. We are losing Julie, who is an educator and a teacher and taught education for years. So filling that gap is going to be a big one. Oh. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's very kind. So some skills gaps that we have are soon to have. Julie is moving out of Genesee County, and she was an educator and taught English for many years and was an incredible asset to the team. So having an educator, a tutor, somebody who is in tune with the kids' needs and literacy needs is something that we're going to lose, and I would really love to have. And then additionally, having somebody on the team who is really in tune to finance, to have a treasurer on the team that can learn from the existing treasurer and take over that role eventually would be fabulous. Jordan Johnson, I would love to lift her up. She was unable to attend today, so I'm attending on her behalf. She is a tutor and runs the Crave Academy and works with underprivileged youth, and is really in touch with the kids that she works with and spends lots of time after school with them doing literacy catch-up. So that is it for me today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So there's an additional speaker that's lined up here. You wish to address the board? Yes. All right. And then others, you can feel free to line up on this side or not. You can come as the podium clears, but that may help with a little more order. Go ahead.
All righty. Thank you. Good evening, my county commissioners. So I'm actually here today.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Name and city, village, township for the record.
Yes, my name is Brooke Gow, and I am from Argentine, Michigan.
Thank you.
And I'm here today to advocate for my application that I submitted to serve on the Genesee County District Library Board. I'm a lifelong Genesee County resident, only leaving to attend university, and then I returned right back home. Returning back to Swartz Creek, and then I have since settled down in Outer County, and I live in Argentine with my husband and 4 young children. I've been a member of the GDL since my oldest daughter, now 9, was 1 year old. And for the last 10 years, I've worked in nonprofit organizations, perfecting my skills in finance, budgeting, board operation and participation, program development, advocacy, and needs assessments. I've been at my current nonprofit, Family Service Agency in mid-Michigan, for 8 years. And in those 8 years, I've been able to grow my agency's budget from $1.8 million annual to $2.8 million annual. I've started 4 new programs, and I've expanded services from an average service of 7,000 clients per year to 11,000 clients per year here in Genesee County. This same nonprofit operates on county tax-funded programming through the senior millage, which has also provided me an opportunity to understand county-supported programs like the GDL. Between my two full-time jobs, one as a mother and the other as a nonprofit executive, I feel qualified to serve on this board. And I've never been one to shy away from tough conversations, asking controversial questions, or being a strong voice or a leader in the room. While these things are highlighted in my application, I felt that it was important to speak to you all tonight in person and give a face to the name about my desire to service our community, and I appreciate any and all consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening to the
Good evening.
commissioners. My name is Jolena Sims. I live in Mount Morris Township, and I have been a part of the township for almost 50 years. I ran as Mount Morris Township Supervisor. I became the supervisor in 2020. And I'm coming to ask your support because I feel that I would be an asset to the Road Commission. In my time at the township and throughout the community, I went to Lansing and I brought $2.3 million back to Mount Morris Township for the roads. I worked with the road commissions. They have been wonderful with me. Being a new supervisor, I didn't have any idea, but I learned a lot during that time. Also, in my years of being an elected official, I was a school board president for 3 years in the district where I went to school at. I'm just an advocate for the community. I'm transparent. I want everything to be out in the open, and I believe that I would be a big asset to the Road Commission because of the time that I have spent with the township and being in Lansing and with the people so that Genesee County can get the things that they need. And I live in this, and I know the roads, and I drive them. So there's a lot that we need to do, and we can't do it all in one time. So I would just like your help in seeing that I get this so that I can sit down and I can work with the road commissions. And you all have my resume, so I don't want to hold up too much more time. So thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
Ted Henry, Clayton Township. I just want to comment on the Genesee County Department of Veterans Office. They're doing a great job. It's a tribute to you guys as well. The director's great, the staff's great. I presently sit on the Soldiers Relief Commission, which I appreciate the appointment, and I sit on the Michigan Trust Fund. I just want to give a yell out for Derek. Thank you.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Commissioners, good evening. David Layton, County Prosecutor. I last spoke to you September 10th. This is an update on what we've been doing at the prosecutor's office. Since that date, we've had 12 jury trials, including People versus Franklin Richard, which was a homicide where a son set fire to his dad's apartment and killed him. He's been sentenced to prison by Judge Hannibal, life without parole. People versus Terrence Haywood, that was a murder involving a machete. He too has been sentenced by Judge Lachana, life without parole. People versus Benford Deloney, that was a firearms case, guilty as charged. People versus Katina Youngblood, she was convicted of manslaughter and 13 other counts. It was a vehicular homicide case where she was doing 90 miles an hour while drunk, north of .20, with unseatbelted individuals in her car, including her own children. We charged it second-degree murder, but the jury determined manslaughter, OWI causing death, reckless driving causing death, suspended license causing death. People versus Terry Moore was a second-degree murder conviction at the Lapeer liquor store. People versus Van Conant was a case where there was an argument that broke out at a card game in Burton. One of the card players shot another card player in the stomach, convicted of assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder. People versus Tyrone Mahan, that verdict came down this morning in Judge Lachana's court, guilty of assault with intent to do great bodily harm plus firearms. That's a 25-year mandatory minimum sentence because he had so many prior convictions. People versus Kevin Thompson is in jury selection as of this morning. It's a retrial of a sexual assault case. The accused individual happens to be a police officer in a community in another county. Finally, People versus Damon Alexander. He pled this morning to assault with intent to murder and firearms charges. In addition to all that, since September 1st through today, my office has reviewed 1,022 warrant requests. Police departments coming in asking that charges be filed. Of those 1,022 warrant requests, we issued charges in 721 cases. That's just since September 1st, last month. Of those 1,022 warrant requests, 723 were for felonies, 283 for misdemeanors, and 93 for juvenile cases. Now, this does not include mental health hearings in probate court, the many family court matters we handle for the Department of Health and Human Services regarding abuse and neglect cases, the Department of Health and Human Services establishment of paternity and support cases, or the scores of appeals that we review, write briefs on, and appear in the Michigan Court of Appeals and the Michigan Supreme Court. Just in the last month, we've received 4 Court of Appeals opinions affirming convictions we obtained in circuit court, one for fleeing and eluding third and domestic violence, one for domestic violence and firearms, one for the termination of parental rights, one for second-degree murder and firearms. We are extremely active and busy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Anyone else wishing to address this body? Anyone else wishing to speak in this meeting? Seeing no one else wishing to address this body, public speaking is now closed. Our next item of business is the consideration of the various matters required to be determined by this board under Michigan Compiled Law Section 211.37 as to the spreading of the 2025 tax levies. A tax apportionment report to be considered also will include special assessments. The chair at this time recognizes Corporation Counsel and authorizes him to conduct our proceedings, preparing for presentation of a resolution approving a 2025 tax apportionment report. At this time, Corporation Counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I guess the first thing I would ask for is for somebody to move and get a second on the motion, Resolution 2025-2579.
All right, it's been moved by Commissioner Avery and supported by Commissioner Cousineau. We will wait on discussion and we'll go back to our Corporation Counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Clerk Register, you're in the audience. At this time, do you have ready to present to the board all the certified copies of statements and certificates and of records of votes and resolutions authorizing or directing monies to be raised in the townships, cities, villages, and other taxing units and agencies of Genesee County for township, school, highway, drain, and other purposes, all as delivered for the 2025 tax levy by the township supervisors or other tax assessing, collecting, or responsible certifying officers or agencies within this Genesee County? Do you, Mr. Clerk Register, at this time also present the 2025 tax apportionment report for Genesee County, Michigan, as prepared by the Genesee County Department of Equalization?
Yes, I have the certificates and the tax apportionment report, and they are presented here to this board.
Mr. Chairperson, it would be appropriate at this time for you to declare a brief recess for the purpose of allowing the board members or any taxpayer present to examine the certificates, statements, papers, records, and the 2025 tax apportionment report as presented to this board by the County Clerk Register that's sitting at the lectern.
All right, so at this time, what I'll do is I will recess the meeting for 3 minutes, and if there are over an abundance of members of the public who come forward to review the records, I'll reconvene the meeting and then order a longer recess. Purpose of this is to ensure adequate time for those desiring to review the records. So at this time, the time is 6:10. We will reconvene at 6:13. We stand adjourned or recess.
Yes. It's my understanding some of these may have been taken off. Who has?
So two things. Anything about Linden?
Yep, so if you look at the apportionment report. I can show you what they're adding now. Yep, so this
How do I get a copy of that?
of their ballot proposal.
Well,
It should be online.
and what you're getting ready to show me. Because I cannot find the millage. I have looked. And you can find.
Do you need? Yeah, she just had a question about the millage. I'll get that to you. Yeah, I'll get you. I'll write down my number if you need to bring it. Yeah, and I'll just have for you. Yeah, I'll pass it on up.
Reconvene.
Good, how are you?
Mess with them.
And sometimes they don't know. It's just, they help you.
Anything to stir the pot, you make. Yeah, that's right.
All right, at this time, I'm going to bring this meeting back to order. All right, the recess is now expired. This meeting is called back to order at 6:17. Corporation Counsel, please continue with the initial proceedings regarding the 2025 tax apportionment report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At this time, does any member of this board or any other person present wish to make any further examination of the certificates, statements, papers, and records, or the 2025 tax apportionment report, which were presented by the clerk register to this board just before recess? Let the minutes show that no one has indicated a desire to make any such further examination. Now, is there any taxpayer present who wishes to make objection to the raising of any of the money indicated in the 2025 tax apportionment report for Genesee County, or in any of the certificates, statements, papers, and records presented by the clerk register? If so, you may speak at this time. Gone. Let the minutes show that no one has indicated a desire to speak. Mr. Clerk Register, has this board, or have you, received any objection, oral, written, or otherwise, to the raising of any money as set forth in the 2025 tax apportionment report for Genesee County, or in any of the certificates, statements, papers, and records you have submitted to us today?
No objections have been received.
Let the minutes show that no objections have been made to the raising of any money, raising of any of the money set forth in the 2025 tax apportionment report for Genesee County, or in the certificates, statements, papers, and records submitted to this board today by the clerk register. Mr. Clerk Register, are you aware of any state tax or indebtedness of the county to the state as should be apportioned upon the tax rolls, other than the 6 mil state education tax, or have you or this board received any notice or any communication asserting any such tax or indebtedness to be owing?
I know of no such tax or indebtedness, nor of any notice or communication asserting as such to be owing.
Mr. Chairperson, at this time, Equalization Director Melissa Hyduk wishes to make a few comments for the board's information.
All right, thank you. At this time, Melissa, if you come forward. Floor is yours.
Good evening, Chairman Lloyd and Commissioners. There are no millages or no millage proposal on the November ballot that, if passed, would affect the 2025 winter tax bills. And if any revised special assessment totals are supplied by the local units, which is normal for this process, we'll bring them back to the Board of Commissioners in November and amend the apportionment report to reflect those changes. Does anyone have any questions for me? Okay, I'm all set. Thank you.
All right, seeing no questions for Melissa, now we have before us Corporation Counsel.
Mr. Chairperson, a resolution adopting the 2025 tax apportionment report would be in order at this time.
All right, so a motion adopting the report has already been moved and supported prior to the information provided and reports given. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. Now we have before us the appointments, beginning with Resolution 2025-2606. At this time, I'm going to defer to our appointments chairperson for nominations.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before we get started with Resolution 2025-2606, there were two people who had applied who are actually living in the city. Mr. Freeman, could you educate the board on those, please?
Yep. Number 3, Dennis Kramer, and number 8, Myron Henderson. Mr. Kramer lives in the city of Swartz Creek. Mr. Henderson lives in the city of Flint. In the past, the Board of Commissioners have passed a resolution saying that any resident of a city should not be considered for appointment.
Thank you. At this point, I'm going to read the resolution here. Approval of one appointment to the Genesee County Road Commission for a partial term expiring 12/31/27. I would like to move candidate 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 at this time. And I would also open the floor for any other nominations.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to add Keith Piles, Richfield Township, to the nominations.
Okay, thank you.
Can you give that name again? Can you say, use your mic? Say
Keith
that.
Piles. Keith Piles, Richfield Township.
Just need it.
All right.
Need it. I will move it.
Support.
Okay. I have a motion and support.
So, no motion is needed. All names mentioned have been added to nominations, items 1, 2, 4, 5, names 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and the 10th, as stated for the record by Commissioner Brian Flewelly. All right?
If I may at this time have Mr. Freeman please explain the process again for the board and any residents out there.
Process for voting?
Voting, yes, please,
Yeah,
I apologize.
so according to your appointments resolution, voting will take place starting in the 1st district and ending in the 9th district. If somebody gets 5 votes, then they're appointed, and if somebody doesn't get 5 votes, then the top 2 vote getters then move on to the 2nd round
Thank you.
until somebody gets 5 votes.
All right. Any additional comments, questions? All right. Madam Clerk,
Dr. Brown.
I had a question.
Dr. Brown.
Thank you. I have a question for legal counsel. Are there parameters for qualifications relative to potential conflicts of interest for those individuals that hold positions within townships?
If I'm guessing correctly, are you asking about the incompatibility of offices issue?
Yes.
There are. It's evaluated on a case-by-case basis. I don't know anything about any of these people listed here. So that is an issue that comes up frequently, and as I've said before, the ramifications of holding an incompatible office rests on the person that's holding the 2 offices. This board wouldn't be doing anything wrong if it appointed somebody and there became an incompatible offices issue. That rests with the person. And as I've said in the past, only the state attorney general and the county prosecuting attorney can raise the issue in a lawsuit in court. I hope that answers your question. It's the best I can give you right now, without knowing any of these people or what offices they may or may not hold.
Okay, one more question. The open spot, well, I know the open spot has been open for a couple of weeks or month or something like that. So, because Mr. Garrick resigned, I think, who resigned?
Elkins.
Elkins resigned, okay. So, my question is, if we could delay this for 1 month, what kinds of implications would there be? So that we could look at the incompatibility issue.
Oh, as far as ramifications, is that what we're talking? I wouldn't want to hold it off a month, for that. Do you have a specific candidate we could talk through and get through this tonight?
Say that again?
Do we have a specific candidate you're concerned with?
All the ones that currently hold positions at townships.
Okay. Well, I've got, as far as I know, what I was reading, there's the application for Ed Caruso is a deputy.
In Clayton, right?
Is a deputy supervisor. He is not an elected position. He does not vote. So I don't know if that would be a conflict from that standpoint. From what Brian's telling us, that's their own responsibility, but that's the one I know of. I don't know about, is it Piles? Is that what, Mr. Piles?
Yeah.
Is he an elected
No.
official at any?
No, he was a trustee up until November 24.
And the rest, when I was reading through, I did not see any that I thought would be incompatible other than that question. And I had a conversation with Mr. Caruso to discuss that and whether he voted or had any weight on that. But I don't know of any others. If someone else does that, and when they've read through them, please notify us and we can talk through it.
Mr. Chair, I don't have anything on this particular individual, but I noticed that there was a individual that is still on the list for GDL, who I think is since withdrawn, who is a township supervisor, Coetta Adams in Montrose, and I saw her name on there, and I knew she was applying because we're friends, and I also know she's a township supervisor and that she would potentially be on the GDL board. So I reached out to Brian 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, when I knew she was going to put in, and I asked him about this very issue, sort of generically, but then I mentioned that she's a supervisor, and in fact, she signs contracts with the GDL and Montrose Township. So that would, as I understand it, you know, a fair person would say that that is a conflict that.
Yes, I was going to read an email from her where she actually withdrew her application.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say that I think it's a good question, but my understanding is, I mean, maybe there's more than signing of contracts that puts you in an incompatibility situation, but that's at least one example.
Sure, I could add that specifically for road commission membership, a township supervisor is specifically an incompatible office with the road commission. And I think I've said this in the past also, if there is a contract between one entity and the road commission, or any, for instance, I believe there was contracts between the person you're talking about, or there's contracts between Montrose Township and the GDL, which makes that an automatically incompatible office because the law says you cannot, you can't, you know, perform your duties on behalf of both sides of a contract.
So I guess my question is, should Mr. Caruso be eliminated because of his position and potential signing of contracts?
I didn't hear what his position was again.
Deputy supervisor, non-elected, appointed, and non-voting member.
Again, that's highly factual question. The deputy supervisor isn't an incompatible office like the supervisor would be, but again, I don't know if there's contracts between whatever township they work for and the road commission.
Well, there would be contracts with all the townships, obviously, and that's why it's so important we find the right people and understand the relationship between the township and the road commission. This person obviously is not voting on these contracts or, I mean, sitting on the board. They're actually just assisting the supervisor at that point with duties. So I don't know. You know, that's a great question. I mean, when I did talk to Mr. Caruso about it, we had a frank conversation. That's what we talked about, whether he could vote or not, and he cannot. So before, we had members that were willing to put somebody on the board that worked for the DPW in Grand Blanc. So I mean, obviously, you know, township, that affects things too. So I wouldn't see any difference with that. But like I said, I don't know. I'm kind of leaving it up to you, Brian, to go from there. I think it's, because he's a non-voting member, I think that meets what you said last time when we did the last road commission appointment, but like I said, I'd like to have an answer for Dr. Brown so she feels.
Right, and I don't want to sound like I'm passing the buck, but I'll repeat. The only people that can raise this issue in court is the state attorney general or the county prosecutor. So, I mean, I could give you my opinion, but it really doesn't matter if I can't do anything about it or this board can't do anything about it.
Are you done, Brian? Well, the board can do something about it because we could remove them if we thought it was incompatible later on. We could actually remove, you know, we could create justification for removal stated it is compatible, and then vote to remove an individual from the road commission. So we could technically take action to remove him if we thought it was an incompatible position. Would you agree with that statement?
Sure, yes.
Okay. So, like I said, it's where I am with it. I don't even know if the votes are there anyway, so this might be a moot point, but I want Dr. Brown to feel comfortable with this, but I want to move forward with this. It's been several months since this has taken place. They're a four people board right now. There's no swing vote, so we need to move forward.
I'm okay.
Any additional, Commissioner Flewellen?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I just wanted to clarify my former nomination of Mr. Piles. He did in fact engage in the application process, but had trouble with the document upload portion. And so because of some missing items, he completed the application, some missing items, he did not get forwarded to the committee. But I feel he's highly qualified through his years of work with the township, zoning, planning, building administrator, worked with the road commission for many years, so I wanted to make sure I nominated him tonight. Thank you.
Any additional discussion? Commissioner Flewellen, what information was he not able to?
I believe it was his letter of intent that didn't get uploaded properly.
Okay.
Yeah, but he did complete the application and resume portion.
Okay, all right. Any additional discussion, questions? All right, so again, before us, we have names 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and Mr. Keith Piles, who have all been nominated. If there's no additional discussion, we'll begin voting. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Lloyd,
Denise Allen.
Commissioner Winfrey,
Denise Allen.
Commissioner Brown,
Tom Stevens.
Commissioner Avery.
Allen.
I'm sorry.
Allen, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Kuzno,
Sims.
Commissioner Wayhill,
Caruso.
Commissioner Flewelling,
Piles.
okay, you've got 3 for Denise Allen, 2 for Caruso, 1 for Sims, 1 for Piles.
Did everybody vote?
One for Stevens.
We're missing one for Stevens.
3 for, 1 for Stevens, sorry. So no one received 5 votes.
Okay, thank you. So the next round of votes, according to our policy or rules, the top 2 vote getters will go to the next round. The top 2 vote getters are Allen, 3, Caruso, 2. All right, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Winfrey,
Denise Allen.
Commissioner Brown,
Denise Allen.
Commissioner Avery,
Denise Allen.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Kuzno,
Caruso.
Commissioner Wayhill,
Caruso.
Commissioner Flewelling.
Crusoe.
You have 3 votes for Denise Allen and
Commissioner Lloyd.
Commissioner Lloyd, I'm sorry.
Oh, Allen.
Okay, you've got 4 for Denise Allen and 4 for Mr. Caruso. So there are not 5 votes.
All right. We'll move on to our third round of voting. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Brown,
Allen.
Commissioner Avery,
Allen.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Kuzno,
Caruso.
Commissioner Wayhill,
Caruso.
Commissioner Flewelling,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Lloyd,
Allen.
You have
Commissioner Winfrey.
Commissioner Winfrey,
Allen.
you have 4 for Denise Allen and 4 for Mr. Caruso.
All right, so that's our third round. 1, 2, 3. All right, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Avery,
Allen.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Kuzno,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Wayhill,
Caruso.
Commissioner Flewelling,
Crusoe.
Commissioner Lloyd,
Allen.
Commissioner Winfrey,
Allen.
Commissioner Brown.
Allen.
The 4 for Miss Allen and 4 for Mr. Caruso.
All right, so we've voted 4 rounds, and the vote is remained at 4-4. So what we'll do is, I think it's appropriate that we postpone this item to our next meeting. If there's no objection from the board, actually, we should vote to do that. And so the chair will entertain a motion to postpone this.
Support it.
All right.
Support.
So it's been moved and supported. You captured the names. And is there any discussion?
So it's understood that the 2 nominees will move to the next meeting.
That's been our
And
previous
those will be the,
practice.
yes, that is, yeah, I just want everyone to know, and those will be the only nominees
All right,
to approve or vote from.
all right. Any additional discussion?
That's the next full meeting of the commission, so in 2 weeks.
Yes, on the, what was the date? You said the 12th? November 12th.
Thank you.
All right, is there any additional discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor of postponement indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. Now that brings us to Resolution 2025-2607, approval of 2 appointments to the Genesee County District Library for a 4-year term expiring on 8/31/2029. This time I'll defer to our Chair of Appointments.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to first make a correction to candidate number 6, Jordan Johnson, it should state, so you all know that. And then in addition to that, we received an email, as I was speaking to Commissioner Wayhill about earlier from Kalita Adams, and it was a very nice email, explained the fact that she understood the conflict and she was removing her application from the process. So I would like to, at this time then, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yes, and then also, so the board knows, Alona Tipton is a City of Flint resident from there, so that person also should not be moved forward. So what I will do is,
I'm sorry, what did you say about Jordan? Joseph?
oh, Jordan Johnson should be the last name.
Oh, Johnson.
Yeah, not Joseph.
So will you, so,
I'm gonna list out,
Okay,
who I'm
okay.
gonna go through it. So I'm going to nominate the following, for the first seat for a 4-year term expiring 8/31/2029. Candidate 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and I will open the floor for any other nominees. If there are none, those are the nominees put forth.
all
Thank
right.
you, Mr. Chair.
No support is needed. Commissioner Kuzno.
Just a point of clarification, Tipton, the city of Flint isn't part of the county? They get their own, okay.
Yeah,
That-
that's not part of the library district. You have to live
that
within the
clarifies
district.
it. Can I make another statement? I don't know if everybody here knows it, but the Flint, the Genesee County Library Board is a little bit different than most of the boards. Long history of why it's this way, but Grand Blanc Township gets an automatic 5 people, the first 5 on it, and then we vote for, I think, 6. I'm not quite sure about that. So Grand Blanc is heavy on, and I take that into consideration when I make my vote. Thank you.
All right, any additional comments? All right, so we have before us name 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, those are the names that are nominated. We're ready to vote, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Lloyd,
Brooke. Gow.
Commissioner Winfrey,
Ayana Fordham.
Commissioner Brown,
Jordan Johnson.
Commissioner Avery,
Go.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Brooke Gobb.
Commissioner Kuzno,
Larry,
Who?
It's item number 10.
Number
name
10, the 10th one, down at the bottom.
Valeri. Commissioner Wayhill.
Go.
Commissioner Flewelling.
Go.
You have 1 for Fordham, 5 for Gao, 2 for Johnson, and 1 for Fleury. Brooke Gao has 5 votes.
All right, thank you. Congratulations, Brooke Gao, on your appointment to the Genesee County District Library for a 4-year term. Congratulations. All right, now we are preparing to vote for the second seat on the Genesee County District Library for a 4-year term expiring on 8/31/2029. The names that are nominated at this time are number 2, number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Is there any discussion or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call, clerk, or not roll call, but we're ready to vote.
Commissioner Winfrey.
Jordan Johnson.
Commissioner Brown.
Jordan Johnson.
Commissioner Avery.
Johnson.
Commissioner Shoemaker.
Jacqueline Halligan.
Commissioner Kuzno.
Stephen Flowering.
Commissioner Wayhill.
Johnson.
Commissioner Flewelling.
Halligan.
I'm sorry.
Halligan.
Got 2 for
Commissioner Lloyd.
Halligan.
I didn't vote.
Oh, Commissioner Lloyd.
Ayanna Fordham.
Okay, got 2 for Halligan, 4 for Johnson, 1 for Falari, and 1 for Fordham. No one has received 5 votes.
All right, so going to the next round, the top vote getters will be Jordan Johnson, who received 4 votes, and Jacqueline Halligan, who received 2 votes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right, all right,
Okay.
we're ready to vote.
Commissioner Winfrey.
Johnson.
Commissioner Brown.
Jordan Johnson.
Commissioner Avery.
Johnson.
Commissioner Shoemaker.
Again.
Commissioner Kuzno.
I don't have a vote.
Commissioner Wayhill.
Johnson.
Commissioner Flewelling.
Halligan.
Commissioner Lloyd.
Johnson.
You have 5 for Johnson, 2 for Halligan, 1 for Fordham.
All right,
Oh, no.
Jordan Johnson has been appointed to the second seat on the Genesee County District Library. Is Jordan Johnson in the room?
No, she couldn't be here.
All right, thank you. All right. So those are the appointments that are before us today. Now we move to the reports of the standing committees. I'll begin under chairperson report. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve. That was the report. We voted on the report. So just a point of clarification. Our agenda said 2025 apportionment report from Melissa. She gave her report. We accepted that report. And then now this item is, I'm asking for clarification, says approval to adopt the 2025 apportionment report. So this appears to be different. The motion, the original motion wasn't to adopt the report, excuse me. Go ahead.
I did ask that a motion and a second be made for resolution 2025-2579, so this is the
Same item?
that was moved, yeah.
Okay, all right, very well, thank you.
Sorry for the confusion.
So we've already taken action on this item. Thank you so much for the clarification. Now that brings us to the Finance Committee report. But before we go there, Commissioner Dr. Brown, is there a report from the Community Economic Development Committee?
Not at this time.
All right, thank you so much. Now that brings us to the Finance Committee. Commissioner Martin Cousineau, chairperson. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move by consent 1 through 3 resolutions.
Support.
All right. Items 1, 2, and 3 have been moved by consent. Are there any separations? All right.
Yes, well, yeah, number 4, I just have a question. But we'll do these 3.
Yes. Out of items number 1, 2, and 3, are there any separations? All right, seeing no separations, is there any discussion? All right, seeing no discussion, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. Commissioner Kuzma.
Resolution 25-2551. I need a motion and support.
Support.
Well, I moved it, I'm sorry.
Right.
I
Mo-
misspoke, yeah.
I moved by Commissioner
And I
Kuz-
just had a question, the only thing I needed to know is when will we hear about if and when the grant is received?
We've already heard it has been received. You'll be
We've
able-
already heard it?
Yep,
Okay.
you'll- on the next agenda, you'll accept it.
Okay, got it, okay.
Commissioner
So
Shoemaker.
I move it.
All right. So it's been moved and supported, moved by Commissioner Kuzno, supported by Commissioner Shoemaker. Discussion, Commissioner Shoemaker. All right. Are there any additional questions? All right. No additional discussion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passes. Is there a report from the Finance Committee?
No, not at this time, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we have our Government Operations Committee, Commissioner Dale Wayhill, Chairperson, Commissioner Sean Shoemaker, Vice Chairperson. What's your pleasure?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My colleagues will be happy to know I'm moving items 1 through 15 as a consent agenda, of course, taking any removals.
Support.
All right, been moved by Commissioner Wayhill, supported by
I would
Commissioner
like-
Avery.
yeah, go ahead.
Separations, please.
Separations 12 through 15.
12 through 15. All right, are there any additional separations? All right, seeing none, so we'll be voting on items 1 through 11. Seeing no additional discussion, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. Now to Commissioner Kuzno for his separations.
Well, I wanted to separate 12 through, I misspoke, it shouldn't have been 15, but
Should I,
to move it to discuss it.
is it already on the floor?
Moved it, and it needs support, I would assume.
I'll support.
All right,
Okay, then I have a question. What, I'm sure it's in the backup, but the main question that I have with 12 through 14 can be discussed in what I need to say or feel I need to say together is that although I feel that maybe there should be some evaluations, we've never done that, of course, in the past, but to do evaluations in this particular case of just 2 people and making that subject to their wages, I don't think is being consistent with everybody else that we need to pass in the near future. So I would rather not vote yes on that. Of course, the board can make their own decision on that, but I will be voting no on those 4 items. May I further continue, Mr. Chair?
Yes, absolutely.
The directors and staff, in particular, the directors, they are at-will employees. And at any point in time, if there's 5 of us that are unhappy with them, we can remove them at any time. So I feel they're being evaluated every day. Every day. And I've throughout the time that I've been here, I've teased some of them by walking around with my hand up with 5 fingers, telling them and reminding them that they have to keep at least 5 of us happy at all times to maintain their job. So I really have a problem with doing a evaluation at this point in time because they're on constant, and they try to be as fair with everybody as they can at all point in times. I know there's times that I've been upset with some of them, and I know each and every one of us probably have at various times. So I would rather not do a formal evaluation. so I'll be voting no. Thank you.
Any additional discussion? Commissioner Shoemaker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is my understanding, number one, the reason we're doing direct evaluation for these two jobs is because they're the two that report directly to the board. Am I correct in that process, Commissioner Whale, or that thought process?
So when I was thinking about this topic, I've been thinking about it for quite a while. I think there's some difference of opinion. I sense it anyway within the 9 commissioners as to who of the many directors and executives that we have actually are considered direct reports of the board. But it occurred to me that given we passed a policy 2 weeks ago unanimously that we would evaluate our direct reports, that we should start with the 2 positions that I think there's probably unanimity on. Of course, Mr. Freeman reports to us. That's, to me, there's no argument there. If you look at the Corporation Council's job description, it does say that we appoint him and that his daily activities can be managed by the Director of Administration. So what I was trying to do was ease into this with some consensus, hopefully, around the fact that we can certainly say that those are our 2 direct reports, and there may be others, but I also think this commission probably needs to have a public discussion, whether it's in a meeting or a study session, public, about the meaning of direct reports beyond those 2. And because I think there's some of us that will say we absolutely don't want to manage these people on a day-to-day basis. We don't have the time, we don't have the expertise, and I'm sympathetic to that. But I think there are others who have a slightly different opinion about our authority and our powers. That's not what's on the table today, so I tried to start with consensus. And just to remind everyone, we did adopt a policy that we would evaluate people. It doesn't mean that these have to be approved tonight, but we did say annually that we would evaluate our direct reports, and I think these 2 are certainly those.
All right, any additional discussion? Commissioner
Mr. Chair.
Shoemaker.
Thank you, Commissioner Whale. I was going to call you Chair because you're Chair of Government Ops, but he's the Chair right now, so I had to get it straight. I'd like to state this. It's unfair to our staff to not be evaluated. They don't know what they need to improve on. They don't know what are sticking points. It's a very tough landscape to stand on because guess what? They have no recommendation from us what we'd like to see them do better, so then it leads to frustration on our behalf because they have no idea, it leads to frustration on their behalf, which I don't think it's fair. And I think since I've been here, Mr. Freeman, and we've talked about this, he and I have talked about this before, and we've tried this before, to get him and others an evaluation like this. So they know where they stand also. And we did, as Commissioner Wayhill said, we passed a resolution saying we're going to do this annually. And I think it's not just fair to us as a board, it's not just fair to the residents of Genesee County, I believe it's fair to our staff. That's the first thing why I'm in favor of this. The second reason is as Commissioner Kuzno said, 5. They just got to keep 5 happy. Well, as someone who's been the one down here a lot of times, I would like my voice heard. I would like to express things of my frustration, or the fact is that things I didn't get done or didn't happen, not just to this board so they can review them, but also to the staff so they can also say, hey, I didn't realize I was doing that. It's a continuous improvement process, I believe, on our part. And if people don't know where they stand, and if we don't know where we stand as commissioners, I don't think we're going to get anywhere. So I'm in total favor of this. I think it's a long time coming for our staff, and I think it's fair to them, and it's fair to the residents of this county, so we can make sure we're operating correctly and with the best of intentions. So thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Dale, for putting this all together. I really appreciate you listening to all of us.
Any additional discussion? Commissioner Avery.
Yeah, I think if we make sure we look at this as going forward, I'm familiar with evaluations of, like, say, a superintendent of a school. I think it's behoove us to see what that tool looks like and to have an agreement about what tools and what measurements we'll have. But going forward, there probably should be some type of understanding about the job expectations and having an evaluation. That doesn't mean it has to be pointed at the particular person that's in the seat now or in that position. But I think we have to look at this going forward. All of us are not going to be here all along, so I think we have to set some type of guideline or some kind of standard, for that position. Not to point fingers of negativity, but I think it behooves us just to get some kind of landmark about going forward.
Well, I'll defer to you because it came through your committee.
It's a point related to what Commissioner Avery said, so I don't know that I articulated this very well last week, but the tools are in the agenda in the packet, and they are, I would say, 99% based on the current adopted job duties of the Director of Administration and the Corporation Counsel, word for word. I want to be fair to people because we can't evaluate them on expectations that they didn't know we had. So I tried to say that last week, but the one part that is extra and is not part of either of those is a line about professionalism and integrity and confidentiality and that kind of thing. So that is new, but to me it's probably a unanimous expectation. My hope is that, you know, when I was looking at the job descriptions, I think that they need to be refined, because his was, Director of Administration is from 2020, I believe. Yours is a year and a half ago, or 2 years almost. My hope is that after this evaluation process that we can get together, and that will cause all of us to think about, you know, are these the real things that we should be evaluating them on? This is the job description. So that then means that we will come back to the job descriptions as a group and say, we need to modify these things because that's out of date. This isn't, this is something that doesn't make any sense for this role. So I'm trying to do this in the most professional, careful way possible so that people are protected and respected, but also are given feedback when it might be critical at times. So I hope that helps.
Yeah. And just to add, I mean, in a roundabout way, that's what I was stating, but, you know, there's corrective actions, you know, there's some other things in there that should be considered, but I know it's in the packet, but I just think we have, like you just said, make sure we have an overall understanding of the full wheel, you know, of that tool.
And I'll just say that to the scoring point, I heard Commissioner Flewelling last week about kind of the 1 through 5, and, you know, there's different ways that you can do it. So my thought would be we start with this, and we're also not only going to look at the job descriptions, but we can refine the tool. I mean, it doesn't have to be this tool forever. It's on the agenda to adopt for this moment, for this particular set of circumstances, but that can change too, based on our use of it.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm gonna come right back to you. Anybody else desire to speak who has not spoke, and then I'll go back around again.
I think it's also important for continuous improvement purposes. It's often we tend to automatically highlight and you know, place in our conscience all the negative things that a person might do, but I think it's critical for us to also highlight and document the positive things that a person does and the value that they bring to a position. Because if you're floating through your job and just not understanding or getting any feedback at all, I mean, there could be 9 commissioners at some point in the future that give no feedback at all. That's not fair to the person either. And so my goal for having an evaluation is to for there not to be any guessing game in it. And like Commissioner Avery said, there's a room for corrective action as well. So.
Any additional comments? All right, Commissioner Cousineau.
I guess my real problem is, as I've heard it said a number of times in private, that we all know that we have to still set the salaries for the directors and the staff. And these 2 were picked out, and I've heard a few people say they wanted to base the wages on the results of that. And so I don't feel that it's really fair to pick those 2 out to do that. I guess in reality, I don't have a problem with anything anybody said as far as the evaluation, but do it after, not before. Either you do them all or none. That's how I look at it.
Any additional,
That's all I'm really saying.
any additional discussion? All right, I have discussion. So one, I think I definitely support having evaluations. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's a proper and appropriate practice. I believe that we owe it to those, our employees across the county. I think that it's important not just for department heads. I think that employees in the various departments, there should be a process, a system, a format that allows for our team members who work in the various departments to also receive feedback from those that they are reporting to. I think that, you know, I've seen so often in vocation, business, and government too, where individuals do not receive feedback, and then like, and just as an example as given, you know, 5 votes and then somebody could be removed. And certainly everyone, our department heads and such, certainly the gentleman to my left and my right are at will, but I believe that it's fair, it's appropriate, it's a good practice for there to be organized feedback, unless there's something that's egregious. And there are actions that can rise to the level of being egregious that's not stealing money or physically harming somebody. That could certainly rise to the level of being dismissed, removed, terminated, services ended. But I believe that, you know, this sets a standard. And then as it relates to wages, I also believe that, I actually believe that it makes sense to tie wage increases for, you know, our management to that discussion, but to that timing, where when we're talking about raises, talking about increases, they're able to provide feedback to us about what they believe value is and projects and so on and so forth. And you know, so there should be room for them to provide input as well, I believe, and then have a discussion about what that looks like, because there may be something that comes out in the discussion that causes a person's worth to go up. Maybe they're doing something we don't realize, especially in this template where you have folks that are reporting to jobs, some, you know, reporting to us, and so on and so forth. So I support both pieces. The other piece is certainly we need to have a discussion as a board, we won't have that tonight, about the responsibilities of variant roles, including our Director of Administration. We have a fundamental, there are fundamental differences amongst this board as to what authority is in place, what flexibility, and so on and so forth. There are some that believe that, you know, our Director of Administration is a county executive of sort, where he runs the county and we just kind of vote and pass and remain high level. I don't believe that, that, you know, that level of authority exists. I believe that every department head we have are appointed by the County Board of Commissioners. I believe that every person acts on behalf of the residents of Genesee County and the Board of Commissioners, and I believe that every department we have is subject to the voted will of this body, not 5 votes. In conclusion, I'll say, I've been on this body where the body is engaged that way, where 5 board members, what they suggested and said, we've had staff members go in that direction without us voting, without us discussing. And so I believe, this is my last statement, that every department head, including our Director of Administration and Corporation Counsel, I believe that they don't need to make 5 happy. They need to collaborate and be respectful of and acknowledging of the 9. And that's one of the things that I said when I became chair of this board, that every voice should matter, every perspective should matter, and our team should act and conduct themselves appropriately and respectively, regardless of the positions, knowing that they work on behalf of the residents, but they work on behalf of 9 and not 5. So that's my commentary for this sentiment. Any additional discussion? All right, seeing none, We have before us item number 12, 13, and 14. It's been moved and supported. Now we'll vote on these items. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Nay.
All right, motion passes. Now we have before us item number 15, Resolution 2025-2602, approval of an amendment to bylaws concerning presentations. What's your pleasure?
Move it.
Support.
All right, it's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. Is there a report of the Governmental Operations Committee?
No report, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thanks so much. Now we have our Human Services Committee, Charles Winfrey, Chairperson, James Avery, Vice Chairperson.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move items 1 and 2.
Support.
All right, it's been moved by the Chair, supported by Commissioner Avery. Any discussion on items 1 and 2? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, all opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. Is there a report from the Human Services Committee?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, can I just say one quick thing?
Yes.
We passed the opioid steering committee as part of the consent agenda, and I wanted to thank Marlene and Ben, Corporation Counsel. And Marlene, your title has changed, so I'm not going to get it right, but we'll say that you are our chief advocate for this cause. And they worked hard on these and made sure that they were tight, and I appreciate that.
All right, Ms. Marlene, what is your new title? And when did that take effect?
No, Chairman, Commissioner, and the rest of the commissioners. Currently, my wage is still for the Deputy Director of Community Engagement and Justice Services. Evaluate me all you desire. Let's get the raises going. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Marlene. All right, so Public Works Committee, Commissioner Brian Fluelli, Chairperson, James Avery, Vice Chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll move items 1 through 19 with separations.
All right, it was supported pretty quickly by Commissioner Avery. I think we can move forward on these. So that's item 1 through 19. Are there any separations? Any separations?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, number 17 really is different than the other ones, but we can do consent, that's fine.
Okay. All right, no separations, any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, motion passes. All right, that brings us to all of the resolutions, agenda items we have. Is there any unfinished business? All right, none. Any new and miscellaneous business? All right, none. Any closing remarks from any colleagues, commissioners? All right, seeing none, this meeting is adjourned at 7:10. Have a great evening, everyone.